Hello world, this is LockpickingDev. Today I have an Avocet ABS. It is a lock that is pin and pin with a magnet on it. That third pin is a magnet there. And what that magnet does is it actually pulls down an inner pin. And the pick I have made to use that is I took a really crappy snowman pick and I chopped the top off, and then I connected a little magnet there on the end, and it fits perfectly in the keyway. Let's see if you can hear it. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but you can hear the inner pin going up and down when that magnet hits it. So that's what we're going to do. And actually, I start off by putting the magnet in it to get it down. Then I add my pressure. This is the weird part. Now I add my pressure. I do that just in case that inner pin starts binding first, which is not the case, but I do that anyway just in case. So I know in the future I don't have to worry about that, but that's the way I go about this. Then I add my regular turning tool in, so I have room for my other pick over here, and I pick the other pins just like a multi-lock. So pin and pin, pin 1, like the outer pin on 3, okay, click on 4. Now it's a decent rotation. We might be on the inner pins now. This might be where the magnetic element comes into play soon. I think that might be the case because I don't feel anything. I can see pin 1 there. I literally just, let's make that drop back down. Yeah, come down. There we go. I visually saw that I lifted it up and it stayed up. I didn't like that. It was like above shear. See, I think, there we go. I think we're on the magnetic element now. So what I'll do is the other turning tool back in, keep my pressure on, and the way I do this is I slowly let my pressure off. Let's get this in here. So yeah, I don't hear that third pin going up and down with my magnet, so it is probably binding. 1, 2, 3. So I slowly let my pressure off and move this back and forth until I hear that pin moving. Make sure I'm still on it right. There we go, I just heard it. I think we're about there. There we go. There we go. And there we go. When I heard it go down, I added my pressure. You can see it turned really steep now. So now we just have to find our last pin, which is probably an inner pin in there somewhere. Let me switch my turning tool back. Go in here, find that last pin, and get our open. Which one of you is it? It's a pin 4. There we go. There's our open. It's like I'm at the point where I think I can start smashing, and there is our open. There we go. Let's see it turn that way. And here is the key again. So you can see that it's pin and pin. Sorry, my lighting is really kind of off right here, but it's pin and pin, and yeah, there's the magnetic element right there, and it doesn't move at all. At first you would think it is a interactive, but it's not. You can see that even my pick stick to it. It's a magnet. So I'm going to try to gut this. Wish me luck. I'm a little nervous, and I will be back. The Avocet is gutted, and here are the pins. And there's a few interesting things about it. First of all, key pin number 3 is missing, and I'll show you that in a minute. The pin and pin driver pins are 2 separate portions. There's the outer pin, which has a decent spooling. It looks like a really deep serration. I would call it a spool. It's deep enough for me. And then an inner pin, which goes between inside the other spring to come out the bottom. So this one, you can kind of see it right there on pin 2 a little bit, how it's intermeshed inside of that. The magnetic pin portion does not have the inner pin to it. It just has like a little cup to receive the pin when it's at its high state. And here's kind of another example. The little pin fell off its spring, which I imagine is going to be a pain in the ass. And over here, the big pin fell off its spring. But there we go. The bottom pins have the normal style pin and pin, kind of like you're used to seeing with multi-lock in a sense. Rounded tips on the bottoms there. The plug also does have a little ball here, and I'll show you that right now. That little ball comes out right. Good turn there we go. Right there, so it has a little spring, and the ball fits in right there, and that will line up with the core or the body of it right there. So that's what that little ball does. I guess it adds a little bit of tension to it when you're picking it, similar to a sidebar. And here is the magnetic pin. So I said I'd show you that. So as I said, key pin number 3 is missing there, and that's because it's brass. It literally just does not come out. So if I remove the key here, if I take a pick, go inside and try, it's just not there. So if I even go at this angle, you can see, yeah, it's just not there. And so that the outer pin on pin 3 is brass. It does not move. It's stuck in there. And the inner pin is the magnetic portion you just saw when I entered the key here. When it gets focused, there we go. When it gets lined up, there's the magnet right there. Heard it click down. You can see right there how that works really well. It pulls it decently far down. It'll allow the rotation like that. And so the way we do it with our pick is I just go all the way in and I pull it towards me. Be careful not to hit the magnet right there. So I'm going to go all the way in, go in the back, pull it towards me. There we go, like that. And when I pull it in, you can see that if the magnet was even deeper on the key, this could go deeper if they wanted it. So I can pull it down pretty decently far right there. So very interesting. But there we go. There is the magnetic portion of the key pin. But there, while that little portion's out, that little inner portion's out, you can see there's an inner spring right there inside that outer, I guess, somewhat outer pin there that's glued in there or whatever. But there it is. There is the Avocet ABS. Make sure I don't lose my key pin right there. Very interesting lock and very fun pick. Alright everyone, thanks for watching.